Joining us for a conversation is Ari Sussman of Collective Mining, Colombia's newest exploration company. Mr. Sussman, thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you for having me, Maurice. Looking forward to talking to you and your viewers again.
Well, it's a pleasure to be speaking with you today as Collective Mining has just significantly expanded the mineral endowment with the release of new assay results on the high-grade bulk tonnage Apollo target. Before we get into the details of today's press release, Mr. Sussman, take us to the Apollo target and share with us the new expanded dimensions of the Main Breccia.
2 holes out today and multiple initiatives that we had were delivered. First and foremost, and most likely of most interest to your viewers, is we've materially expanded the dimensions, the potential dimensions of the rock in which the Main Breccia discovery at Apollo is hosted. And that was done by drill hole APC-17. So we have 2 intervals in 17. The first interval, which was directly below an outcrop that's exposed at surface, we hit 72.3 meters at 1 gram per ton gold, 28 grams per ton silver, and 0.63% copper. Recall that this is a porphyry-related breccia, so you're seeing grades quite similar to what you would see in a porphyry system. But the big expansion part of that hole, further down the hole, we hit a very large 547.65 meters at 1.03 grams per ton gold equivalent. So that one drill hole expanded both the strike length and the depth of the system materially. So our new dimensions are now 385 meters of strike by 350 meters of width by 825 meters of vertical. For your viewers, the expansion in the strike length went from 190 meters to 350 meters, and the vertical extended from 500 meters down to 825 meters. And I should add that this all remains open in most directions for further expansion. The second hole today was drilled approximately 400 meters north of 17, and that is hole 18. And right near surface, only 80 meters below, which an outcrop exists above, we hit 168.6 meters at 0.98 grams per ton gold, 69 grams per ton silver, and 0.5% copper. On a gold equivalent basis, that totals 2.91 grams per ton gold equivalent. So a very high grade near surface hit. We now are demonstrating that the system outcrops, at or near surface over at least 300 meters in a north-south direction and remains open to the east-west in that location for further expansion of where the system comes to surface. So this is exciting because we're showing it A, comes to surface, and B, the dimensions are expanded materially and have a lot more room to grow. Last point, Maurice, I would like to add is in the APC-17 hole, the 547.65 meter intercept at 1.03 grams per ton gold equivalent bottomed in good grades. So the final 2.75 meters of that hole was averaging close to 2 grams per ton gold equivalent. We didn't continue the hole further because the drill rig ran out of juice, so to speak, not because we didn't want to continue it further. So the system is going to continue to grow to the north. There's no question of that.
These results are just spectacular. Congratulations.
Thank you. You don't see results like this every day. In exploration, there's only been a few stories like this in the last maybe 4 or 5 years. So we're fortunate to be blessed here with excellent geology.
Now, what was your team able to confirm with APC 16 and 15?
So 16 and 15 both didn't hit a lot. Okay. So 16, look, we were wrong. Okay. We thought that the breccia followed a linear shape. It's more of a giant circular shape. So we drilled outside the western edge of the zone in 16 and 15. However, we do speculate for good reason that we may have drilled over it, meaning we were too shallow. Those were very shallow angled holes. So further drilling will test at depth afterwards. We did still hit, though, in both holes. I mean, it's not like they weren't mineralized. They're just not mineralized at the grades that we're accustomed to. And there's abundant copper at low grade in both of those holes, lending itself to the potential at depth. So we will follow up further down southwest at a later date. But we have a different shape to the system, now based on their current understanding from APC-17 primarily.
Now I have to ask you, how surprised is your team with the success of your drill program so far?
Immense. When you drill a hydrothermal breccia, right, your first assumption is, it's going to be a little breccia pipe. That is typically what we see. Actually, in fact, our donut discovery, further to the northeast, is a breccia pipe. It's a very nice, near surface discovery, but it's not going to get very large in tonnage. This is a different type of beast. So although it might actually ultimately form the shape of a pipe, it's a very large pipe, more similar to a porphyry. And in fact, this is a brecciated porphyry is what we believe. So dimensions are large. If you think about brecciated or breccia-related porphyry systems in the world, the largest underground copper mine in the world is in Chile, and its name is El Teniente. It is solely mining breccia bodies related to porphyry like ours. And this mine has been producing for, I believe, more than 100 years and has decades of resource and reserves ahead of it at over 1% copper equivalent grade. So we're hoping to eventually find more than one giant, circular breccia or porphyry type pipe, shape here. But this is our first one, and prospectivity is so high, we're confident we will find more eventually as we continue to explore.
Before we leave the project site, Mr. Sussman, what can shareholders expect in terms of news flow?
So look, we have holes 19 through 26 now in the lab. We expect the next results from 19 and 20 will be out probably within the next 2 weeks, and then 21 through maybe 23 will follow within a week to 10 days after that. I think the next big hole that people are waiting on is going to be APC-22 or hole 22, because it was also another significant step-out hole that instead of going north, this time went northeast. For what it's worth, and with the usual caveats of risk associated with visuals, the grade visually looks to be higher than 17 in 22 over a significant width based on the density of mineralization that we see within that breccia formation. So fingers crossed. Well, obviously the truth machine will be the assays, but we're looking forward to 22. The other one I'll mention is 20. 20 is really an eastern step out. It didn't hit a very wide zone of mineralization for us anyways. It looked to be about 100 meters thick, but it's really dense in sulfide, so potential grade. So maybe we'll get a nice surprise in grade with hole 20 as well.
In closing, sir, what keeps you up at night that we don't know about?
Not a lot at this point, to be honest. I mean, we have our licenses, we have our titles, we're drilling away, we're making excellent progress with the new government. They're well aware of what we're doing and are very supportive of our work, and we look forward to continuing to advance this project. Last thing I'll leave your viewers with is, this is a project that is located within 2 miles of 10 permitted mines, including one of which is on the project. And these are all operating mines. So if you're going to pick a jurisdiction in Colombia to build a mine, this is pretty much the top of the list.
Mr. Sussman, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Wishing you and Collective Mining the absolute best, sir.
Thank you for the time, Maurice, as always, and we'll speak again soon.
The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.